Council committee meetings. We're going to start today with the Community Services Committee. With myself as chair on this committee is Councillor Steeson, Councillors Gressy, and Mayor Clayton. So we'll start off with our proclamation, item 2.1, with Seniors Week. And I'm not sure who's introducing this or if I'm introducing this for committee.
Maybe the mayor?
Maybe the mayor. It says her name on it.
It absolutely does. Not that I was told, but sorry, my e-scribe is just having a problem opening. The document as presented there for Seniors Week. Sorry, I'm just having a problem with e-scribe, so you'll have to possibly go.
Okay, Mayor Clayton, I'll bring it up so I can get to it. So what we have in our package today is from the Office of the Mayor, a proclamation for Seniors Week for June 7th to 12th, 2021. And I'm not sure if we want me to do the whereases and everything to go through it, but basically it's saying that Mayor Clayton does hereby proclaim the week of June 7th through June 12th Seniors Week. So
absolutely, the proclamation is there, and I'm happy to read it. I just need to have my e-scribe open. So could you possibly move to the next item? We could come back to it.
You bet. So we'll just go to our next item. If we could have Director Miller just come on and give us his area report, please.
All right. Thanks, Chair Palat, and good morning, Council. So I'll start off with the Community Knowledge Campus and the Coca-Cola Center. So the arena operators have been completing a bunch of small projects on the campus, preparing for stage 1 and 2 of the Open for Summer plan. And we're also pleased to see the return of the outdoor fitness classes in stage 1, and looking forward to hosting modified graduation ceremonies for the high schools as well down at the site. And with the outdoor pool, the first week of operations went very well. From May 22nd to June 6th, we had, it was 90% booked. The only days not filled were due to the bad weather. And the user feedback has been very positive with bookings, and they're pleased about the capacities increasing to 10 people as well. With events and entertainment, is supporting the Canada Day event with talent booking and artist management, focusing on supporting local and Alberta artists as well. So tickets are on sale for that right now. Revolution Place, the box office has been busy with the announcement of Alberta is open for the summer. Many communities and Revolution Place shows are going on sale in the next few weeks. Currently on sale is the Sexsmith Museum fundraiser, the Wembley Mudbogs, Rodney Carrington, George Thorogood, and the Canada Day events, which I already mentioned. And an update on the Alberta Health Services site, vaccination site. It's been about 20,000 vaccines since April 5th for our community and surrounding area. And as you're aware, the province is moving into the second dose program as well. From facilities, we had a very good site visit yesterday with council, and you can see the projects proceeding well. The animal shelter, the expansion project, it's in the final stages of being awarded, and so we're looking forward to that. That's been a few years in the works, so it'll be good to have that finished this year. The Revy Yard Shop construction project startup meeting is also happening at this very soon. With fleet, we've finally received all 4 transit cutaway buses, so they should be on the road within the next couple of weeks. And that's a smaller size bus for the transit routes, which is more fitting with the ridership that we're having, especially at this time. And we're expecting the additional 4 buses to be delivered by June 11th, which is just a couple days away. And those are for accessible transit. With sports development, wellness, and culture, the RFP for the portable skate park equipment closed, and just in the negotiation stages for that. And then SDWC also partnered with Economic Development to create a designated space in Muskosipi Park for pop-up shops to support local businesses and to assist with their economic recovery. And then summer camps, the registration is open and growing since the announcement that the province made. Staff will begin orientation in mid-June, and the camps will open by the end of June. And then they're also continuing to support community groups with reopening plans, and they're doing guided tours of the village, and it's been expanded to include curriculum-based educational tours for the schools. With transit, the transit redesign survey is closed. We had a total of 253 visitors, with 59 completing the survey. 77% responded saying that the proposed redesign either somewhat or completely met their travel needs. So that's good news as well, that we're on track, that we're, I guess, on the right track with what the community needs for transit routes. And that's my report, Mr. Chair, unless there's any questions.
Okay, thanks, Director Miller, for that. Any questions from committee? Councillor Thiessen.
Thank you very much, Chair Palat. Thanks for the update and the report, Director Miller. Just a couple questions. First one on the vaccine clinic. I know we got the stats of how many people are getting the jab, 20,000. My math says that's just a little over 300 a day since we've been open. Are we being given stats from Alberta Health or Alberta Health Services on how many of those are first or second dose vaccines?
I know Ms. Ridgway is with us today, and she might have more information, but I don't know if they do break it down. I know the numbers do fluctuate almost from day to day on how many. One day they tell us how many they're anticipating, but then they don't receive the same number of vaccines that they thought they were going to receive. But maybe Catherine can add a little bit more to it.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, Councillor Thiessen, they don't distinguish between a first dose, second dose. I can maybe ask if that information is important for you.
Well, yeah.
Done at the MCC site. That's 20,000 done at the MCC site, not. There's also the pharmacies and other programs we have going on. That's just at that particular site.
Okay. Mm-hmm. No, that's good to know. I guess then my other question is sort of away from the vaccine clinic. In regards to the CKC and the Coca-Cola Center, how is that that unit that was giving us some noise trouble outside doing now? Have we managed to quiet the sound, or are we? I haven't heard anything from the neighbors, so I assume it's good. But
all right, through the chair, I haven't heard anything recent. I think Mr. Glavin or Director Glavin is online. Perhaps he could chime in. But I know they were taking steps to reduce the noise, working with the company that installed it to. So that, I guess, holding them accountable to what they said it should be at for the noise level rating. But I haven't heard of anything recent. But I don't know if Brian can help out.
Sure, good morning. I'm assuming this is the CHP. I just missed the beginning of the question.
Yeah,
Yeah, the sound study was completed. We're just waiting for the recommendations to come back from the consultant, and then we'll come up with a plan for implementation. I know that the initial readings came back very close to specifications. So, but as I said, we're just waiting for the final study.
Okay, looking forward to that. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Director Glavin, for hopping on there. Any other questions for Director Miller? Okay, seeing none. Thanks for your report, Arlen. Appreciate it. And so my apologies here. We'll jump back to Mayor Clayton and we'll do a proper proclamation here. So we'll jump back to Mayor Clayton on that. Sorry for being a little rushed on that this morning, not being as organized as I should have been on that. So we'll move to Mayor Clayton now, please.
No, not a problem for that, Councillor Plott. I was having e-scribe issues. So as mentioned, Seniors Week is this week, June 7th to June 12th. Typically, we like to do proclamations at council meetings, but we didn't want to miss this opportunity to celebrate Seniors Week. And as we're not able to get together in person, we thought it appropriate to do it at this committee level. So from the Office of the Mayor, Proclamation Week for Seniors Week, June 7th to June 12th, whereas we recognize the many contributions made by seniors that strengthen our province, our cities, our communities, and our daily lives. And whereas seniors are a vital part of our community, vital part of our family, giving generously their wisdom, experience, and love. And whereas more and more seniors live independently and have active lifestyles, challenging the stereotypes of aging, thereby leading the way for our future seniors. And whereas we must honor our seniors for their skills, their knowledge, experience, and their leadership. And whereas the City of Grande Prairie encourages our citizens to honor and celebrate the valuable contributions of seniors in our community. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Jackie Clayton, do proclaim the week of June 7th through June 12th to be Seniors Week in the City of Grande Prairie. Thank you for that.
Woohoo!
So when appropriate, get out and hug a senior.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. That was much better served than how it started, for sure. So we'll move on to item 4.2. Go back to Director Miller. with our event center, just a verbal update on the business case.
All right, thanks, Chair Platt. So if committee and council recalls, a couple months ago, Ms. Ridgway presented a report on the Events Centre business case and the possibility of $200,000 being set aside for that at budget time. So at that time, it was just an update for committee. There has been a little bit of discussion about trying to move it forward, but I understand it's probably best leaving it for budget deliberations in the fall. So administration supportive of that as well. We did have a little bit of discussion with committee and council in the past about potentially doing a rec culture master plan or strategic plan and looking at the high performance component plus the soccer ask that's out there currently that we're working with the county on, trying to move towards a sportsplex. So there's lots of things going on, but at this time, I think we're comfortable as well, just moving it to budget deliberations for the business case. At some point, administration may bring another report forward to further explore the option of a recreation culture strategic plan, but we just don't have that prepared at this time. But if we do have an opportunity, we may bring that forward to committee in the future prior to budget, just for discussion with committee. So.
Thanks, Director Miller. Any questions for Director Miller? I'll just say thanks for that. I know it was something I had an appetite trying to get it funded sooner or later, but the problem I was kind of having with it was, as Director Miller alluded to, just there's a lot of different things within this report, and I'm not sure what the next council wants to take from the report. So maybe they can look more into what areas they think are the most important to fund, whether it's a recreational master plan, whether it's an event center plan, feasibility for high performance center sports. I think there's lots of options here. So I appreciate the update on that. Mayor Clayton, did I see your hand there as well?
Yeah, just echoing some of your comments and Director Miller's. I appreciate the time administration put into this and seeing what the opportunities and options could be in regards to this study. I do echo your thoughts, Chair Platt, though, in regards to, I think it's very smart of council to not necessarily spend the time right now when we don't know what we're hoping the outcomes will be, when we don't know what we want to see out of the report. So now I think administration's prepared for next council to sort of have a jump start on what they could see and what the opportunities are, and then next council can choose to spend the money accordingly.
Any other comments for Director Miller on this one? Seeing none, thanks again for that. Look forward to recommendations coming to budget for the future council, how that money could be allocated and what kind of reports we could do with it. So, and from there, we'll move on to, we have no other business, so we'll just go into our outstanding items.
All right, thank you. So just 3 items remaining, and the first one, the regional handy bus feasibility, it's still on track for mid-September. The STARS funding request, that'll be part of the CCW tomorrow for community group funding. And then 1128, the last one, the event center, perhaps that can be removed now, and we'll ensure it's brought forward at budget time for further discussion with the new council.
So we'd be removing basically 2 items, I guess, on this?
Well, if committee is comfortable removing both, that would be, I'm fine with that. And then I'm sure tomorrow Ms. Caswell and Ms. Beaverdorf will provide the information on the STARS funding request. And so removing 2 today would be good.
Okay, I appreciate that we do have that in our packages. So Councillor Bessie?
Yeah, happy to move that we accept as amended.
Thanks for that, Councillor Bessie. So any other questions or comments? So okay, please hop over to your e-scribe and vote on that.
I vote in favor.
I vote in favor.
Just coming up.
There it is.
Oh.
We telegraphed our votes, Jackie.
And that carries. Sorry for the rush notice on that, Ms. Karbashewski. I know it's fun when we're trying to make motions on the fly and you're trying to set up queue. And with that, that's I guess completes our agenda. And I can't remember who's up next. My apologies on committees.
I think it's me next, but we're also more efficient than than anybody could have ever hoped we would be. So we're going to take a half-hour break, and I'll call it to order at 9:45 sharp.
Oh, is that okay? That's what it's good for. Okay. See you guys in a bit.